Welcome again, all food lovers. The Food Pond with Dr. Okonlola, where we delve into anything that has to do with food. Today, we'll be delving into the world of preservatives as a continuation of food additives in our last episode. Have you ever wondered that without food preservatives, most of the food that we eat may not even be available? Why? Because it has been reported that more than 30% of food that are produced are wasted due to the fact that there are no preservatives added. So the question for you and I is, are food additives friends or foes? For some of us that were just joining this channel, I'm Dr. Okonlola, and this channel is all about food contaminants. We're talking about food additives, we're talking about food fortifications, we're talking about food, here we'll be talking about food hygiene. So again, if you're just joining, and for those of us that we've been on this channel, but we have not subscribed, please hit the subscription button, please share and like. And as much as possible also, please try to make your comments. Today we'll be learning on what are they, the types, where are they used, and what are the things that as consumers we should be on the lookout for whenever we pick out any food. But prior to that, there are what we call natural food preservatives. Although the language is changing, they are called natural food preservatives because they have some have minimal processing. For example, we have the honey, we have a vinegar, we have the sugar, and we have the salt. Although these days issues are rising concerning consumption of sugar and the consumption of salt. But we want to really talk about the synthetic preservatives. The food preservatives we'll be talking about today are basically the antioxidants and the antimicrobial, especially the processed food. For the antioxidant that we have, they are called antioxidant. Why? Because there's something they arrest. And what do they arrest? They arrest oxygen, antioxygen, so that that particular food product will not produce oxygen. You want to think about your mayonnaise, you want to think about your salad cream, anything that has to where you need to add water and fat together. And some of these antioxidants, we should look out for what we call the butylated hydroxytoluene. Just forget it, BHT. Normally they will write the BHT. Some they will write the BHA, that is butylated hydroxytoluene. Then for some, we also have tertiary butyl hydroquinone. However, especially when it comes to oil, you have another type, which is the vitamin E, which is the tocopherol, which is normally present in oil. But we all know in the processing of oil, if we have been able to witness it, there are chemicals that are added, a lot of processes will take place. There's no doubt that the level of that particular tocopherol, which is the natural antioxidant in the oil, will have decreased. Thus, they need to make sure that we put all this. Also, we add antioxidants, fruits and vegetables. For example, have you ever noticed that whenever you cut your potatoes, if you don't cook immediately, you find that the potatoes keeps turning brownish, and this is because of enzymatic reaction. Also, you find out that even your yam, even your banana, even plantain, and so on, the type of antioxidant that are used to arrest this particular browning reaction, which are due to the presence of phenols, phenolic compound, and the action of the phenol oxidase, a particular enzyme that has said causes that browning reaction. Some of these antioxidants that we make use of are ascorbic acid. We also make use of the sodium beta bisulfites, They also make use of citric acid. Another group of preservatives that are used in food processing are the antimicrobial. There are many, just like we know that preservatives, more than 1,000 are, but we just need to talk to ourselves about the common one that we may easily identify. For the antimicrobials, you have the benzoates in its as salt. You also have this sulfurous acid in as salt. So you may have sodium benzoate, you may have potassium benzoate. That's what I'm saying in their salt form. We also have the sorbates. We have propionic acid also. Like the propionic acid in a salt form, which may be the calcium, potassium, or sodium, you find them in bakery products, in your bread. For the benzoates, we find them in our drinks, in fruit drinks, and even in some juice, fruit drinks, and what we call soft drinks or soda. Most of us will like eating sausages. Most of us will like eating processed meats. There is no way you want to process meat that has shelf life. We are talking about a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months that you want to say, yeah, there's not going to be addition of nitrites or nitrates in its salt form. Another one that we have is we have the lactic acid also as either sodium, potassium, or calcium salt. So it depends. The sulfites in particular act as both antioxidants and also antimicrobial. The antioxidants and the antimicrobial, they are regulated. In other words, there are levels that should be added. And mind you, these are product specific. So for some of these preservatives, there are some that acceptable dietary intake, that is the level that you and I can consume per day, I already stated, and this is normally written maybe milligrams per kg per body weight per day. So there is that assurance that we know that these preservatives, they are regulated. We all know that as we concern on the use of preservatives, the nitrites that we've talked about, they've been linked to cancer. They also been linked to cardiovascular diseases. The sorbates, they've been linked to causing hormonal disruption and also distortion in our intestinal microorganisms, thereby causing gastrointestinal issues. I did mention the use of propionates in bread. This same has also been linked to the issue of ADHD and also to cause hypersensitivity, and especially in children. Now let us look at the pros of the use of these preservatives. They help in making sure that food is available all the year round. Such food, because we know most agri-produce, they are seasonal. They prolong the shelf life of food products. Not only that, they make sure that there is the enforcement or application of food safety, because at the end of the day, making sure that food doesn't really get spoiled. Another thing is, when we look at it from economic point of view, because they're able to make sure that some of these food products are processed even when they're off season. It is a sort of economic gain even to the farmers, especially where these days most of our agric land are being occupied now with modernization, constructions, a lot of things that are taking place. So we look at it that is food preservative totally bad? Today we've been able to talk about what food preservatives are. We talk about the natural ones that do not really need regulations, talking about the one that are synthesized, the antioxidants, and the antimicrobial. We've learned that they are regulated. However, irrespective of science, maybe whether science keeps moving, there are always changes. Concerns have been raised about some of these food preservatives. So the question, what is your thoughts about food preservatives? Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share, make a comment, and also like. Thank you and bye.